even the most brilliant evildoer can slip up from time to time. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 dumbest decisions made by movie villains. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at awful judgment calls made by big screen antagonists. A spoiler alert is definitely in order.
If you're hearing this, then every step leading up to it has gone as planned.
Number 10, assuming Kirk and Khan won't talk. Star Trek Into Darkness.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Spock, we're talking about your life!
Sometimes, when you want something done, it's better to do it yourself. When Admiral Alexander Marcus sends Kirk after Khan, his plan hinges on the Maverick captain following orders. He tells Kirk to blow Khan to Kingdom Come, an extrajudicial killing that goes against everything Starfleet stands for.
I don't want you hurt, but I want to take him out.
If Kirk changes his mind and has just one conversation with Khan, Marcus's whole house of cards falls apart. And, of course, that's exactly what happens.
On behalf of Christopher Pike, my friend, I accept your surrender.
After Spock protests, Kirk decides to capture Khan, who exposes Marcus's shady past and hidden agenda.
My name is Khan.
Number 9, assembling a team of heroes and revealing his entire plan to them. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I intend to wield the greatest weapon of all, the power of the League itself.
Moriarty's master plan seems solid enough, when you leave out all the details. As the Phantom, he'll stage attacks that manipulate European powers into war. Then, he'll sell superhuman abilities to both sides, and voila, profit.
And what's in it for him?
Profit.
But to obtain physical samples from superpowered individuals, he assembles the titular team of extraordinary gentlemen and sends them on a mission against himself.
It was a ruse to get me closer to my goals.
Worse, after getting what he needs, he leaves them a recorded message explaining the whole plan. After all, what's a clever scheme if you don't get to gloat?
It is over. For you.
Number 8, trading his firearm for a bow. Beauty and the Beast. No one matches wits like Gaston, and no one shoots like Gaston, so why does he bring a bow to kill the beast? During the song and dance celebrating his thick neck and hirsute chest, Gaston shows off his blunderbuss skills by firing 3 shots in rapid succession. And in an earlier scene, he proves he can use the firearm with pinpoint accuracy. Might have been a good idea to bring that along to the final battle. Gaston might be burly and brawny, but he's definitely not brainy.
How can you read this? There's no pictures.
Number 7, releasing a psychopath to preserve a utopia. Demolition Man.
I'll have carte blanche to create the perfect society. My society.
Dr. Raymond Cocteau has created the perfect society, one rife with politeness and awkward high fives. But he's achieved pacifism at a cost, personal freedom.
Are you shitting me?
Rather than retraining his own docile police force to put down a rebellion, Cocteau helps psychopath Simon Phoenix escape prison and put together a merry band of violent criminals, hoping the ruffians will eliminate the resistance.
People are terrified of you.
What's new? People have always been terrified of me.
Shockingly, this ends terribly for Cocteau, whom Phoenix orders to be executed. Who would have thought? Sometimes, fighting fire with fire just creates more fire.
Put another log on the fire!
Number 6, choosing the hardest way to kill M. Skyfall. Embittered and vengeful former agent Raul Silva has a plan, the most elaborate, improbable plan possible. He could probably just kill M by triggering the bomb that blows up MI6 headquarters while she's actually inside the building, but that would be too easy. Instead, he hires an assassin to steal a list of undercover agents, luring James Bond to come after the assassin, which results in Bond meeting his associate Severine, which in turn leads to Silva's capture, allowing Silva to confront M, escape capture, aim a subway train at Bond, and attack M during a public inquiry, which fails, forcing him to start over. Number 5, letting Luke and company escape with the plans to the Death Star. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
They must be trying to return the stolen plans to the princess.
Darth Vader fought hard to regain the stolen plans to the Death Star. So, it's pretty fortuitous when the plans fall back into his lap, smuggled inside R2-D2 in the captured Millennium Falcon. Vader surmises that the plans are on board and knows they're dangerous in Rebel hands, but then decides to let Luke and company escape in order to follow them to the Rebel base and destroy the rebellion all at once.
I'm taking an awful risk, Vader. This had better work.
Even Tarkin has a bad feeling about this. Turns out, he's right. Number 4, sending his glider speeding towards himself, Spider-Man.
Misery, 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 that's what you've chosen.
After an epic battle with Spider-Man, the Green Goblin lies defeated, but he has one last trick up his sleeve, or in his sleeve, whatever. While pretending to be a good person plagued by dark forces, Osborn surreptitiously steers his glider into position behind Spider-Man. When the ruse fails, the knives come out, and the glider dives forward. Osborn is killed instead, but even if Spider-Man hadn't jumped out of the way, the glider would have impaled them both. Being turned into a shish kebab doesn't seem to be what Osborn was hoping for. Number 3, everything the Cyclops do, Battlefield Earth.
All your soldiers and all their advanced technology could only put up a measly 9-minute fight.
Supposedly, the Cyclops defeated Earth's armies in 9 minutes. But looking at John Travolta's lumbering, dreadlocked Turl, it's hard to see how. He's baffled that dogs aren't good at manual labor.
For some reason, they weren't as useful when it came to manual labor.
And when human hero Johnny shoots a guard, Turl hands him back the gun, insisting humans are too stupid.
I'll be damned.
Then, wanting Johnny to mine gold, he educates him in science and the Cyclops language, and even brings him to a library so that he can read about humankind's cultures and history. When all this comes back to bite him in the ass, only Turl is surprised.
Are you not aware that I graduated top of my class?
Number 2, double-crossing the world's most feared assassin, John Wick Chapter 2. Getting on John Wick's bad side seems like a pretty bad idea. According to legend, he once killed 3 men with a pencil.
I once saw him kill 3 men in a bar with a pencil.
He's the man you send to kill the boogeyman. He massacred dozens of gangsters to get the man who killed his dog. So when crime lord Santino D'Antonio chooses to double-cross him, he's obviously asking for trouble. After John fulfills his end of the deal by assassinating Santino's sister, Santino could just let him go. Instead, he decides to tie up loose ends, resulting inevitably in his own assassination.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Number 1, invading a planet that's mostly water, when they're vulnerable to water. Signs.
I don't think they like water.
They've mastered interstellar travel and the art of crop circle drawing, but apparently not waterproof clothing. When aliens invade Earth, they manage to carve up a few crops and incite occasional jump scares, but are quickly sent packing when humans discover their weakness, H2O. The aliens apparently forgot to do their research, overlooking the fact that there's quite a lot of it here, and eschewing any sort of protective gear. As Meryl swings away, the last alien standing falls back and is killed by a simple glass of water.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.